Hello all you hardcore boxing fans, how are you doing? Big Porky here, the voice of hardcore boxing fans. That's you lot who watch this channel. Right, straight in then. Manny Pacquiao, let's have a look. I had Manny Pacquiao to win, as you've seen by my predictions. I had him to win on points, which he did, so that's one right. Is that one on board already this year? Brown's 29-year-old, and just a few notes I've jotted down. Manny Pacquiao's 40. I felt Broner lost to Ponce de Leon. Thought he lost to Marinaji. I don't think he's active enough in fights. Thought Manny Pacquiao, he's not as active as what he used to be. You've only got to look at CompuBox stats to see that he's on slide and that he's just angling for a Mayweather fight. He's not going to go near Errol Spence, Thurman, Garcia. Probably not even going near Kell Brook either, or Amir Khan. Although I think it's a good fight, him and Amir Khan. Although they're both at similar stage of their careers, even though there's about 8 years between them. I think Manny Pacquiao got a lot of miles on clock now. What's he had? 70 fights. 40-year-old. Broner. Every time Broner stepped up, he's been beat, hasn't he, to the top guys. I know he's a 4-weight world champion, but come on. He pinched a weight against Ponce de Leon. He pinched a weight against Gavin Rees. Or already a world champion against when he fought Gavin Rees. Let's have a look at his record. He pinched a win against Malik Naji. Adrian Broner. You know, he's been beat against Marcus Maidana, Sean Porter, Mikey Garcia. He don't get stopped though. Tough kid. And Manny Pacquiao. So he's lost in elite level. He drew with Jesse Vargas, who can't punch for toffee. And he couldn't get Paulie Malignaggi out there. So, you know. Gavin Rees 2013. Out for a lightweight title. Ponce de Leon was at super featherweight and he's gone all the way up to welterweight. So I think he should have realised when he went the distance with Paulie Malignaggi on a split decision against a shot to pieces Paulie Malignaggi. Shot to pieces. I I know Paulie Malignaggi beat Seb Judah after that, but he was in his 51st fight. You know, he was an old man by that stage. Malignaggi didn't really do anything after that, did he really? Lost against Porter, lost against Garcia, lost against Sam Eggington. God, Sam Eggington beating Paulie Malignaggi. So, to be honest, Broner, if he'd have retired after he beat Malignaggi, he could have been 26-0 and 4-weight champion. But since he beat Malignaggi, where has Broner gone really? Is since he beat Malignaggi, Broner's gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's gone 6, 1, 2, 3, 6, 4 and 1. 6, 4 and 1. That's where he's gone here, Broner. Since he beat Malignaggi, 6, 4 and 1. So really, he was on slide. That's because you can't just go from lightweight to welterweight. What about light welter? I know he fought at light welter against Ala Curvadia for something, you know, in Cincinnati. I know they managed to get him down for a light welterweight title. Well, that was just to get another weight division, wasn't it, really? You know, then he's had an easy one against Theopain. After that, it's just been, you know, a bit of a mess. He struggled against weight against Garcia, and he struggled to make welterweight. I mean, God, you know. So really, the slide, I think you were on the slide after the Gavin Rees fight, really, or maybe before, who knows. But his last 11 fights, 6-1 and a draw. I thought Vargas beat him. It should really be 6 and 5, but should really be 5 and 6, because I had Malignaggi, like I said, to beat him, but I think he were on slide from then, really. But Manny Pacquiao, I know he keeps churning these wins out, but I don't know what to make of it all, Manny Pacquiao. I thought he beat Jeff Horn. Yeah, he lost to Mayweather. I thought that he beat. I didn't think he lost to Bradley. Marquez knocked him out. Yeah, you could lose. You could say the Marquez one, the Floyd Mayweather one, the Jeff Horn one, and the Tim Bradley. They were shockers. They were shockers then. Total shockers. But so, but. You know, what next for Manny Pacquiao? Where does he go now? Fights Floyd Mayweather, and as I've said, he's not going to fight any of the top guys, is he? He's not going to go near Thurman, Garcia, or any of the top guys. Errol Spence and Spank, Manny Pacman. When you've got Broner, where does he go now? Does he fight Kell Brook? Will Kell Brook get offered a large amount of money to go fight Broner in America at 147? Or even a catchweight at 151 or 150? They both like to do that. Kell's dedicated, but he's a big welter, isn't he? Broner's not dedicated. I think Kell Brook beats Broner. I think they're both past the best now, same as Amir Khan, but I think Kell Brook beats him. Kell Brook peaked against Porter, didn't he, really? And they never capitalised on it, did they? Matchroom, bad decisions and bad moves behind the scenes. But Thurman, Garcia, Spence, Kell Brook, they all beat Broner. Garcia, Thurman, Spence, Kell Brook, you'd have them all maybe beating Pacquiao, but who knows? It's on day, innit? Pacquiao's coming up 41-year-old now, isn't he? Let's have a look. Manny Pacquiao, how old is he? He's 41 this year, Manny Pacquiao. 41 this year. So he's knocking on a bit now, isn't he? Knocking on a bit. Which brings me to the next fight I want to talk about before I have a quick rundown about the weekend's action. Badou Jack against Marcus Brown. Now, right, Badou Jack. Now, Badou Jack's got this reputation as this guy who's, you know, he's not brilliant at everything, and he's not, I can explain it. He's not brilliant at everything, but he's not crap at everything. He's a solid, you know, 8.5 all the way across board, isn't it? Everything. Fitness, chin, power, work rate, skills. He's a solid world title fighter, isn't he? Solid. You know, he's beat 4 world champions, which is good. It's more than Bellew's beat. You know, it's Bellew's beat Hay and he's beat Cleverly, hasn't he? But you know, he's beat 4 world champions and he's been in with top guys on trot. Now, let's have a look. I've jotted some notes down here. Right. Marcus Brown. Marcus Brown is he's the biggest man I've ever seen. He's the biggest man I've ever seen in my life at 192 pounds in the ring, Marcus Brown. So what I'm saying to you now is this. Marcus Brown gets on them scales at 175 and he's getting in ring at 192. So in 36 hours he's putting on 17 pound, 1 stone free. So he gets in ring at 192. He's a massive guy. Slick, long arms, fast, young as well. What is he, 28? Let's have a look. 28-year-old, 29 this November. He's coming into his peak now. You know, he's a tough man, and you'd have him in mix against anybody now who's beat Jack, wouldn't you? I know it's only for interim WBA, but I'm sure there'll be things working behind the scenes to get him upgraded or to get him a title shot. He's number 4 box rec across the board. You know, he's a very serious guy now. As far as I'm concerned, he is the real deal. Now, he's just done that to Badou Jack. I had him winning 10 rounds against Badou Jack, who's a tough guy. But when you go through Badou Jack's career, you know, is his career overrated because he beat Nathan Cleverly? Who had Nathan Cleverly beat? Who had he beat? Who? He drew with James DeGale, but James DeGale's only beat 1 world champion, well 2. He beat Truax that beat him first, and he beat Butte, who was shot to bits. Yeah, I know he beat Andre Diddle, but jury's out on whether he won a world champion with IBF. They're saying he was just an interim champion, but he was a world class fighter, so you know, he's only a couple of wins in his record. And he drew with James DeGale. He squeaked by George Groves. He drew with Stevenson, who was 41-year-old. He drew with Periban as well. And Derek Edwards knocked him out. So really, Badou Jack, I don't know really. When you look at his career, he's gone, since he beat Anthony Dirrell, he's fought Groves, Booty and Cleverly. There his only wins, so he's gone 3-1 and 2 draws since then. So he's had 6 world champions on the trot, Badou Jack. 6 world champions on the trot. Now everybody's saying that Badou Jack's got had this great run of opponents. Oh, he's had a great run, blah de blah. Well, let me just point something out. Badou Jack's fought 6 world champions on the trot, and I respect that. Now let me just point something out to you here about the Cobra, Carl Froch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Badou. Carl Froch had 17 fights, right, on the trot, and the only world champion, the only ones that weren't world champions were Yusuf Mack, Andre Diddle, he were world class. Rabaki, he were undefeated. Andre Diddle were undefeated, and Tetavoshian, who took, and Dodson. You know, if you go back to Robin Reed, from Robin Reed, there's only Rabaki undefeated. Yusuf Mack IBF 5 and Dirrell undefeated. So look at Carl Froch's run compared to Badou Jack's, and they're talking about Badou Jack as this like superhuman guy. Superhuman. He's solid because he beat Cleverly. So is his record overrated? No. He's a good solid fighter who proves that today's fighters, we're in a different era now with guys that are not fighting top fights, are they? In this era, you know, Badou Jack fights Brown, Stevenson, Cleverly, James DeGale, Booty, Groves, Anthony Dirrell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fights on the trot going back to Anthony Dirrell. And they're all talking about Badou Jack fighting killers off death row. 7 fights. You know, and he's gone 4, 1 and 2. But like I said, if you go look at Froch's CV, so it's unbelievable, isn't it? You've got, you know, a run there of 17 fights where you could only really say that Rabaki, Tetavoshian and Mack. So you could pick 14 elite fights out of them 17 for Froch, and out of them 17 he went 15 and 2. So, you know, look at the difference to that, to this Badou Jack death row killer run. It's don't bear comparison, does it? But Marcus Brown, I think he's the real deal. I think he loses against Baturbia. I think he loses against Bivol, and I think Andre Ward beats him, and I think maybe that Glasgow, is it, whatever he's called, I can't spell his name, I think he beats him as well. But I were impressed with Brown. I know that cut, it was a clash of heads, wasn't it, from a cut from a clash of heads, wasn't it, 7th round. I know that people are going to say, yeah, he had blood steaming out of his face, and yet again it was a poor performance from Tony Weeks, but I don't think he was doing anything in the fight anyway, so we can't really complain about that. But I'm sure his team, Mayweather, Leonard Ellaby, I'm sure they'll get him a rematch if need be, or I'm sure that they'll work with Eddie Hearn and get him out there again, you know. So just my opinion, you know, I'm entitled to it. So, but I did rate Badou Jack, but looking at his CV, you know, I mean, even if you look at the results from these fights, I mean, Badou Jack, I think I wrote something down here. In his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In his last 7 fights, that's 84 rounds. 84 rounds in his last 7 fights against tough men, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Former champions, current champions, future champions, top guys, a run of 7 hard fights. 6 of them have gone 12 rounds. One of them's gone 5 rounds. So that's 79 hard rounds for Badou Jack. And I think in them 79 rounds that it's took its toll on him. I think it's took its toll on him, and I think that Badou Jack is now a shot fighter. If anybody doesn't agree with me, leave a comment or send me an email. But I think that Badou Jack now is a shot fighter, and I think that Mayweather, Leonard Ellaby, and then they'll look to cash him out now. I mean, he must be 36, 37 year old now. Let's have a look how old he is. He's had 27 fights, and he's 36 in October. You know, 36 in October. Carl Froch retired when he was 36. You know, so what does that tell you? Badou Jack's come to the end of his career now. He's got a lot of mileage on clock. He's only had 171 rounds, but he just had 79 tough rounds. He's not a massive puncher. He's got decent-ish power, but at top elite level, he doesn't stop anybody, does he really? How many people has he stopped in top fights? He's stopped Nathan Cleverly. Oh, really? That was his last fight. That was Nathan Cleverly's last fight, and he'd been in some wars, and he'd done 260 rounds, so he had a lot of mileage on clock. Nathan Cleverly, he was stopped against Kovalev. Badou Jack stopped him, so he stopped Cleverly. Boutte were disqualified in 12, so could you call that a stoppage? I don't know. And he stopped, who else has he stopped? Who was a world class fighter? Sierra, 7 defeats before he fought him. Francisco Sierra. I won't call him world class. He had a war with Nathan Cleverly, but you know, he don't. Badou Jack doesn't stop people in world title fights. Yeah, he stopped Cleverly, but like I said, it was for regular belt, and it was for Cleverly's last fight. So no, for me, Badou Jack's not a massive puncher. His KO percentage is similar to Paul Smith's, and I didn't reckon he was a puncher either. So now I think Badou Jack's overrated. I think Carl Froch would have smashed him to pieces. I think the Groves win flattered him. Thought George Groves beat him. But it is what it is, isn't it? But that's just my opinion. But Brown, he goes on to pastures new. Badou Jack, what next for him? I don't know. Brown, I want to see him fight Bivol, as I said, Baturbia, or that Gloskaff, whatever he's called. Badou Jack, I'd like to see him in with Boatsy, Yard or Johnson. If not, I think it's time for Badou Jack to retire. So that's just my opinion. I think it's time for to hang up the gloves or drop down a level to Boatsy, Johnson and Yarde, because they're not world champions, are they? They're maybe above British level. They're maybe all European level, them guys. Badou Jack's not world class no more. He drops down a level to European level. He's from Sweden, so who knows? Maybe we might see Badou Jack fight for a European title. Where was he born? He was born in Sweden, wasn't he? Yeah. So he's based in Vegas, born in Sweden. Badou Jack for a European title. Why not? Why not Badou Jack for a European title against any of them guys, or you know, an intercontinental belt. You know, a good European fight. It doesn't have to be the belt, but I think that's a good fight for him. That. Sort of fire on, but yeah. So, but you know, he's always in good fights. But Manny Pacquiao, going to be Mayweather 2, that innit? Broner, I'd like to see him in with Kell Brook, but we're going to see, aren't we? We're going to see. So peace out. Keep on trucking. Keep supporting boxing. And keep supporting the channel. I'm just going to show you a couple of things before we go. So I'll let you have a little teaser. There we go. What do you think to that then? Right? What fight do you want? Hey? What about that? That's called investing in your channel. Oh, where's that other one gone? Oh, see, it's here. Hey. There you go. Little teaser for yous. Just showing you that we're doing the job properly. So we're going to need them when we do live shows and that, because we've been asked if we want to do some live shows, and it's something we're going to talk about. We've been asked if we want to do live shows. I'm not going to say where because nothing finalised yet, but you know, it's something we're going to talk about as a team. So we'll see, won't we? You know, so everything's all set. You know, big things are planned for the channel, so keep subscribing. Just give you a little teaser there, but you know, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and you know, all you haters out there, will turn you into lovers. That's what we do here. So alright, keep on trucking and keep supporting this fantastic sport. Shout out to Frank at Bury. How are you doing, Frank? Shout out to Peter Fury and Yui in your training camp. I hope that you get the Joe Joyce fight next month, so if not, I'm sure whatever decision you make to move forward will be a good one. And good luck to Ted Cheeseman against Garcia. I think that's a great fight. And let's see if there's any more news about Joshua versus whoever. I mean, he's quickly becoming the forgotten man of boxing, isn't he, Anthony Joshua, at the moment. So, alright. Shout out to Stig. I hope you're alright, Stig. Ozzie Smith, Terry Chappendama, how are you doing? Hope you well. Andy Patterson, Steve Wellings, hope you lads are all okay. Keep on trucking. What are we on here? 28 minutes. Oh, it's not bad, that.